So Josie, I'm going to start with you because we heard from Amazon saying to employees, hey, you can continue to work remotely indefinitely. They said they kind of expect a mix of what's going to happen with their workers. Some may continue to be remote, some may do some combination, that hybrid, and others might, decide, hey, I want to physically be there. Were you surprised at all by this?
Not surprised as such. I do think it's fair to classify this as a relatively bold move. After all, Amazon is such a big company. It's such a kind of, it sets the pace for others and it sets examples for other large tech organizations, but also across other sectors as well. So when they came out and said that they were going to offer this more flexibility, essentially my read on the situation is that they are just responding to what their employees want. People are voting with their feet. We've all heard the big headlines around Great Resignation, around people essentially, asking, demanding, realizing that during the pandemic, they have reprioritized they've recalibrated what actually really matters to them in their working life. And now they have the courage and they're brave enough to speak up and say, actually, no, we got used to this new flexible environment. We got used to working from home, and we want to retain some of those benefits, because that's how they read these things, as benefits after the pandemic, because we've proved that it's not going to impact our productivity. So no, not a surprising move, a bold move, a brave move, I would say a necessary move. And I think it will be absolutely fascinating to see how this plays out in terms of A, productivity, B, whether other companies follow suit, and also in terms of what impact it has on the sort of workforce at Amazon specifically, whether people will generally welcome it, whether they'll embrace it. Amazon's going to have to be incredibly careful as well, because we all know that if remote working and if hybrid working and if flexible working isn't implemented and executed in the right way, there can be downside. And I'm thinking specifically around things like inequality, socioeconomic differences. Some people will be more inclined to take advantage of remote working options than others. And Amazon's just going to have to be really careful that doesn't have a negative impact on promotion rates, on pay rises, and just that they keep fairness top of mind.
Sure, and that's one of the things that companies are struggling with, Bhushan. I know PwC announced at the beginning of October, 40,000 client service employees have the option now to work virtually from really anywhere, in the country on a permanent basis.
Yeah, I mean, Josie said it well. I mean, employers have to give people choice. And so people want agency. Those people that can do their work remotely, including PwC employees, have been given that choice. What we've actually said is we've given people the option. 40,000 people who serve clients have the option to live anywhere and to work remote. The others and the others who'll come in on a flexible basis, it may be 1 to 3 days at client sites or in the office. So for us, it just formalizes the way people have been working successfully for 19 months. I think what's important for us and all the other businesses, and Josie mentioned this as well, is that it's not just about location. It's about how we work. It's about the culture. It's about equity. It's about the tools that I have to do my job. It's about compressed schedules. There's no point in asking people to work remote and then asking them to continue to work unsustainable long hours in a very burnout environment, in a place that doesn't help development. So every organization's got different levers they can pull. The one around flexibility is great, but if you don't add well-being and learning and giving people a sense of purpose in their work, they're also going to vote with their feet in a very hot talent market.